There is something that I've been saying to my real estate agents and pretty much anyone that I meet that's in business from the very moment that they ask me, how do I become successful? The first thing I always say is, why are you doing what you're doing? Why are you getting into real estate? Why are you getting into business? Why do you want to start your own location? Whatever it is that they're into, I ask them, is it because you're passionate or is it because somebody told you you can make money with it? And a lot of times people always say, it's because I'm passionate about it. I love this kind of industry. I love this business. And I just want to help people. And that's a typical answer that I get from a lot of people. Hey, and that's the answer I thought was right. So for many, many years, I've been always talking and preaching about passion. But recently, I read a book by a guy named Scott Adams. I was in the library with my girls, and I just took a little wander off by myself. And I saw this orange book that was sticking out of the, of course, I'm always walking through the business and self-development shelves, and I saw this bright orange book, pulled it out, and it said, How to Lose in Life at Almost Everything and Still End Up Winning, by a gentleman named Scott Adams. Some of you may know Scott Adams from a comic book called Dilbert. He actually created that, and he actually is a lifelong entrepreneur, and he's created a lot of different businesses in his life, and like the book is entitled, he's failed at pretty much all of them. But he's hit it pretty big on a few, which is the most important thing. And he had some really great concepts in his book, and I'll leave a link down below to the book if you guys are interested. He had a lot of great concepts, but there's one in particular that really stood out to me. And the funny thing is that my reticular activator, and a thing that kind of makes you see things once you've seen something, now you see it everywhere, kind of like you buy a red car and you see red cars everywhere. Well, after I read this book, I actually saw a podcast with him in it, and it also reiterated the same principle that I learned from the book, which is we don't necessarily have to follow our passions. We can follow our successes, because success is much more powerful than passion. And that was kind of like a head scratcher to me, and I'm thinking to myself, like, but how is that even possible? I thought you have to be passionate in order to be successful. Well, according to him, not so. You can actually be successful at something and learn to love it and learn to have a passion for it. Just like some kids, maybe they hate the sport that they first get into because their parents thought, maybe it's good for discipline. And then the kids end up becoming very good at it. And before you know it, they're getting rewarded, they're getting accolades, and they become passionate about what they hated in the beginning, or maybe what didn't even catch their interest. So passion can actually be learned. Or passion can be built, is what I should say. So today we're going to talk about what is more important. Is it passion or is it success? Does success equal to passion, or does passion bring you to success? Or is there kind of like a marriage between the two that needs to exist from day one? Well, whatever that answer is and whatever you think it is, I'd love to hear about it. You guys can leave it in the comments section. But I'm going to give you a quick breakdown of what I learned and what I kind of gathered from it and the way I interpret it. And let me know if you guys agree with me or not. So let's take a look at passion first. As you guys can see here on our board, we got passion versus success. And I kind of want to break down the two for you. And I want to show you how I've kind of come to terms with, hey, maybe early on when you're starting something new, if you have an early win, that early win could bring you into success. Or maybe if you don't have any early wins, or if you don't win at all at what you're trying to do, maybe it's not meant for you. Maybe you should look deep within yourself and see what you've been successful at, because that one thing that you've been successful at, if you do it long enough, could open up doors for you to other things that you never thought imaginable. Maybe speaking engagements, maybe appearances on TV shows or on movies. Just like a lot of people who we know and follow today, they started being very good at one thing to the point where they became masters. And then after that point, the world pretty much was their oyster. Everything opened up to them. But it started by being the best and being successful. Instead of saying, okay, well, what am I passionate about? I'm passionate about the movies, but is it possible for me to be an actor? Maybe I need to do this first, or maybe I need to be an author first, or maybe I need to be a wrestler first, like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Who knows? But what I'm going to show you right here on the board right now is the breakdown that I think could help a lot of you, because it really has opened up my eyes to a couple things that I've been kind of on the fence about, and I want to share that with you today. So let's take a quick look at passion first. Right? Passions make us happy. My passion might be my children. They make me happy, but do my children make me money? No, absolutely not, right? If I had to label my passions in order, probably my children are number one. Maybe helping others is number two. And a lot of these things are great and they sound wonderful, but they don't make you money. They might be your why. We might be mistaking it with the wrong label. But I will tell you this, while passion makes you happy, success makes you money, or success gives you results. So there's a big difference there. When I when I unlocked this and I opened this up, I said, wow, you know what? That's a game changer, because let's just take an example. Let's say two real estate agents. I'm giving you this example because it's a business I know. Two real estate agents. They both claim to be passionate about helping others and being in real estate. They both watch HGTV and they're fanatics of Grant Cardone, all these things, right? They both enter, both passionate. One has early success and the other one doesn't. The other one doesn't have any success at all the first year. Who do you think is more likely to continue down the path of real estate? Do you think the one who has the early wins or the one who doesn't get any wins at all? Because sooner or later, the human mind starts to doubt itself and say, hey, maybe you're not made for this. Maybe you should try something else. Maybe you should get into cars, or maybe you should do makeup. Who knows? But early successes just reiterate the fact that maybe you're onto something. I know for myself, my first year, I didn't do many sales. I did some sales. But my second year, when I started having massive success, I said, this is for me. And it's because now not only did I love what I was doing, but I was getting paid a lot for what I was doing. So I believe that while passion makes you happy, success will make you money and will keep you in whatever it is that you're doing. Let's look at example number 2. Passion will keep your interest. So passion will keep you interested, right? Because if you're going to do something, like I took a class in insurance, and I'm sorry for all the insurance agents who are watching right now, or my insurance people out there who I have business with. I don't know how you do it, but I had a hard time staying awake in insurance classes. I've had to take insurance twice, because the first time I took insurance, I literally was falling asleep all the time. Then I went and took the test, passed the school test, and I just never went and got my state test just because it didn't keep my interest. And then the second time, I did it online, I passed my school test, and then I went for the state test. 3 times it took me to pass the state test because I had no interest. I just thought it was something that could make me money alongside of being a real estate agent or being a broker. It was a good idea, but it wasn't keeping my interest. But for some people, like for myself, real estate, oh my God, real estate, you put me in a classroom, I finished it in 2 weeks, passed on my first try, loved it, right? It kept my interest. Now, success won't only keep you interested, but it'll keep others interested in your journey as well. And that's powerful, because when you are successful, other people become motivated by you. And when you see that you're touching and inspiring the lives of others, guess what that does for you? It also keeps you going and saying, wow, this is really making a difference. Maybe like these videos that I make, I get a lot of people telling me, thank you for making this video. It really spoke to me. And I really think that you have a gift for this thing. I'm like, whoa, not only am I interested because, I like this stuff and I could do it all day with my eyes closed, but other people are also benefiting from it. So that's a big difference between just being passionate about something and actually getting success in it. So imagine that same real estate agent who's crushing it, he or she is going to be motivating others and keeping others interested because they're carving this path. They're carving a literal path for people to follow, just like Roger Bannister, the man who broke the 4-minute mile. Everyone thought it was impossible, and I'm sure you heard this a million times. But today we have high school kids that are breaking the 4-minute mile, and it's because they carved that path. And not only were they super interested in it, but they made others super interested in it as well. Now let's look at the third example. Our third example for passion here is that you will have to hold your ground. Because if you're passionate about something, but you have your family members telling you, that's the dumbest thing you've ever done, or that's not a real job, or you know what, I've never heard of anyone making money with that. You literally have to hold your ground. If you're not passionate about something, somebody will tell you things and you'll be like, you're probably right. It probably is a dumb idea for me to get my insurance license. It probably is the worst thing for someone who has no business experience to start a business, right? Maybe all of those things are true. But if you are passionate, you will hold your ground and you will tell that person, that might be your truth, it might be your beliefs, but it's not mine. And don't put your negativity on me. These are all great things, and we learn these things because other people do put their limitations on you. And I've taught this to a lot of people, and anyone who's willing to listen, you're not, the naysayers will come, and even yourself, you could be your own worst enemy. Your little voice can come and tell you, but you must hold your ground. because nothing great comes easy. Everything in life that is worth having and obtaining is going to be difficult. The juice at the end of that road must be worth the squeeze. So hopefully you guys can understand that concept, right? You have to defend what you love, but you need passion for that. So passion is powerful. But now let's take a look at this. What about if you were successful? You don't have to stand your ground because you make believers. You turn people from doubters to believers. People will doubt you, but when they see the money, when they see the results, when they see the action and the fruits of your labor, they will become believers, and they will want a part of you, and they will want to become a part of what you're doing. It'll become that much easier. You know, I'm telling you guys, there's a million examples I can give you, but one of the most, closest ones to me that I can tell you is that Jesus performed miracles, and he made believers because he was the biggest success you could ever think of, right? And ever. Up until that point, no one had ever seen people do the things he did. So successful at healing people, so successful at creating impossibilities, bringing someone from the dead and resurrecting them. These were huge things. And what he did was create believers that till this day, over 2,000 years after his death, people are still here, you know, following what he's the groundwork he's laid. So your success will create believers, and that's why I believe that success is very much, in my opinion, more powerful, and now my eyes are open, than being just passionate or just passionate alone. But now I believe that success and finding what you're truly successful at doing already, double downing on that and just continuing that path until the point where you're doing so well with it that you are now passionate again about it, or passionate to the point where you've never been passionate yet to this day. That could really create an amazing life for you and for your family. Incredible. So that's what I am now going to be doing, guys. This is going to be double downing on what I love, which is creating education for you, creating and building my real estate empire. And if you want to be a part of that, guys, because this is not going to be anything small like I was planning on before. My old goal was, you know, I want to have 100 real estate agents in my organization. Now my new goal, and I'm going to keep reiterating to everyone, is that I want to create 1,000 associates across the country and the world in the real estate space. And I mean people who are big thinkers. I'm not looking for people who are transactional or just trying to follow their passion. I want people who are looking for success. So if that's something you're interested in, I'll leave a link down below in the description section, guys, because we're going to take this thing to the next level. And if you're looking to do that, if you're in real estate and you're like, oh my God, my business has been stagnant, listen, I want to talk to you. So hit me up. This link will be down below. But if you're just wanting to take your life to that next level, guys, go ahead and do the things in private that are boring, that are mundane, so then you could be rewarded in public much later on. And that's today's video, guys. If you want to see more videos from us, go ahead and hit one of the ones on the screen right now. I'll see you over there in just a few seconds. Thank you. I love you, and I will see you guys next time.